Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's lesson is about baking and how to read a recipe in German. I think maybe this is very interesting for most of you, so I thought to choose it as a topic for today's lesson. Well, the stuff we're baking, you can see on this picture over here, is actually what I baked by myself. So you see, I'm not the professional, but it tasted well, so it's alright. These are called Franzbrötchen in German, and it's actually a specialty from northern Germany, from Hamburg, where I come from. So, actually, this is some kind of a cinnamon roll. So we will find the recipe over here in the document I'm introducing to you today, and we're going through it step by step today. In the end, we will discuss the vocabulary. And yes, today the level of German will be really high because to read like a recipe in German is really not easy because we use a lot of strange words which you wouldn't understand if you are not a German. But I hope after this lesson, every one of you will be able to bake those wonderful, yeah, whatever, cinnamon rolls, Franzbrötchen. And yeah, let's get started. Well, every recipe starts with the ingredients. So in German, this would be the Zutaten. So die Zutaten, the ingredients. Here we can see for how many, Franzbrötchen in this case, the ingredients will be calculated for. So here it's für 10 Stück, so for 10 pieces. Stück is pieces, and yeah, für is 4. Okay, so far so well. Everything is going to be alright, but the difficulty will appear later on. Okay, so let's start. You can see here für den Teig, for the dough, you will need 300 gram of flour. In German it's Mehl. So 300 Gramm Mehl brauchen wir für den Teig. Ja, again, wir brauchen 300 Gramm Mehl für den Teig. We need 300 gram of flour for the dough. Alright, now we got the first interesting thing. Ein Päckchen Backpulver. Okay, Backpulver, baking powder. Okay, maybe it's some kind of similar to English, right? But Päckchen, what's that? It sounds similar to package, and yes, it's true. But have you ever thought that German has some kind of cute form? Because, most of the people think German is such a harsh language, and oh my god, it sounds so super harsh to many people when we're talking, and we always sound grumpy and everything. Yes, it's true, but we also have cute forms like Päckchen. It's a cute form of Paket. So, if you will say like ein Päckchen Backpulver, it means one tiny package of baking powder. So that's what we need for our ingredient, like as an ingredient for our recipe. Okay, next one is also very funny. I don't know if you have it in your country, but we actually use it in every single recipe. We use Esslöffel as, to tell you how much you need to use. Okay, maybe that's a little weird, because what does it mean? What's Esslöffel? Eating spoon is the literal translation. So 2 eating spoons of sugar, please. So many of you maybe they ask themselves like, all right, what the hell is an eating spoon? Well, we just call it, eating spoon is the normal spoon with which you, I don't know, eat soup or something like that. So we will just put sugar on it and then, well, add it into, in this case, the dough. But we always use it. We don't say like, I don't know, 30 gram of sugar. We will say 2 Esslöffel of sugar. Okay, also 2 Esslöffel Zucker. Next one, 60 gram of butter, soft. Yeah, weich is soft, and butter is butter. Well, it's not that difficult. 60 gram Butter, weich. Next one and last ingredient for the dough is 150 milliliter of milk. It's actually also very similar in German. 150 Milliliter Milch. Then we need some flour for the working surface, and then we already can go to the filling. Until now, maybe it's not that difficult to understand, but I promise it will be difficult. Okay, for the filling, we need ein Esslöffel Zimt. So you already know what Esslöffel is, so I don't need to explain it right now. Zimt is cinnamon. Then this one you already can understand on yourself. Yeah, 3 Esslöffel Zucker. I don't need to translate it. And this one you also can understand. 40 Gramm Butter. Flüssig is like liquid. Yeah, that's it. That's the ingredients you need. You know, you see it's not very like difficult. It's really an easy recipe, so every one of you can do it easy at home. If even I can do it, then everyone can do it. Really, I'm not very gifted when it comes to baking or cooking. Okay, now here comes the super tricky part. I think I will go sentence by sentence, and then I will show you the translation, because maybe otherwise it will be very difficult to follow. Zubereitung, that's the instruction of how you're doing it. So, first den Backofen auf 200 Grad Ober-Unterhitze vorheizen. Yeah, preheat. Vorheizen, yeah, it's actually also the same. Vorheizen, heat, preheat the oven on 200 grads Celsius on this Ober-Unterhitze. I need to check where top-bottom heat is also the literal translation in English. Actually, this is the first video where I really needed to check also the English vocabulary about it, because, I don't know, I never ever read a recipe in English before, so I needed to check the vocabulary too. Okay, that's the first step. So we learned Backofen, oven, vorheizen, preheat, Ober-Unterhitze, top and bottom heat. Okay, second step. Für die Franzbrötchen zunächst Mehl und Backpulver in einer Schüssel miteinander vermengen. We already know some vocabulary over here. We know Franzbrötchen, it's, like the stuff we're making right now. Mehl, we already know, flour. We know Backpulver, baking powder. Now I will give you some more vocabulary. Schüssel is a bowl. And miteinander vermengen is like to mix them together. So actually the first step is for the stuff we're making, we at first take flour and baking powder, put them into a bowl and mix it. Well, that's it. Actually, the German language has a lot of different words for mixing something, which you will also, get to know over here. We also can say not only vermengen, but also vermixen oder vermischen. It's all the same. Next sentence. Zucker und Butter unterrühren und zuletzt die Milch hinzufügen. Yeah, this is also a sentence where you already understand some words. We know Zucker und Butter, sugar and butter. Unterrühren, yeah, it's like to also to mix it under it. The stuff where you have some, you have some dough, little, and then you just put sugar and butter over there, and then you, mix it all together. And in the end, add the milk. So hinzufügen is actually to add something. Milk, we already know. Zuletzt, in the end. Okay, we're smarter again. And now die Zutaten zu einem Teig verkneten. So all the ingredients we will put together right now, and we actually knead it with the hands to a dough together. So we do it with our hands. The dough, I will start with the German sentence as always. Den Teig auf einer bemehlten Arbeitsfläche rechteckig ausrollen. Okay, what the hell is this sentence? How to explain it? How do I even tell you what it means? Because I don't know, it's really tricky. Because what bemehlt, this is such a German word. It's like not as Arbeitsfläche, we already heard today, working surface. But bemehlt, what kind of word is inside of bemehlt? Exactly. Mehl. So the Germans, they don't say like a surface, like put meal on the working surface. No, it's a bemehlte working surface. So actually a floured working surface. I don't know if this word even exists. Yeah, so this is what we'd say. So it does mean bemehlte Arbeitsfläche, just some working surface where flour is actually on the surface, so that, you know, the dough won't stick to the ground and then you cannot bake anymore. Ja, so den Teig auf einer bemehlten Arbeitsfläche, this part we already understand, rechteckig ausrollen. Okay, rechteckig is like right angled, you know, like, I think it's correct. No, maybe not. Let me check again. Rectangle. Yeah, you will put the dough in some kind of rectangle and roll it. Just roll it so that it will be a rectangle, so that you can work on it, that you can put stuff on it, and that you can roll it up in the end. All right, that was a tiny sentence compared to the others, but it was tricky, very tricky. Next stuff is a little bit more easy again, like a little bit easier again. Sorry for the mistakes. Für die Füllung Zimt und Zucker miteinander vermengen. You know what? This is a sentence you already can understand because we had the vocabulary already before. Für die Füllung, when you remember, is already over there. Here. For the filling. Zimt und Zucker, of course we know it's cinnamon and sugar. Miteinander vermengen. Aha, we already had it over here. Miteinander vermengen. So mix it up together. Perfect. So no further explanations are needed. Die Butter erwärmen und die Flüssigkeit auf dem Teig verteilen. Am Rand etwas Platz lassen. Okay, that was fast. Again. Die Butter erwärmen und die Flüssigkeit auf dem Teig verteilen. Am Rand etwas Platz lassen. That's not even a complete sentence, but it's so normal when we are going through some ingredients, some recipes. Okay, but let's start. Die Butter erwärmen, heat up the butter. Okay, the butter, we already know. Erwärmen is to heat up something. Und die Flüssigkeit auf dem Teig verteilen. Well, so we put the liquid. The liquid is actually the cinnamon, the sugar, and the butter together. We will put it on the dough, and then we just how to say, maybe, I don't know, to equally put it everywhere on the dough, you know, and we will put some space. There will be some space left on the edge. That's what I wanted to say. So am Rand etwas Platz lassen means leave some space on the edge, because we need to roll it up. So we cannot put the liquid on there, because otherwise, I don't know, it will be messy. Okay, then the last sentence. Die Zimt-Zucker-Mischung gleichmäßig darüber streuen und den Teig anschließend von der Längsseite aufrollen. Thank you for this wonderful sentence. Okay, the cinnamon sugar Mischung ist mixery, gleichmäßig, equally, darüber streuen, so I don't know, to put it equally over there, and then after that, roll the dough from the long side, roll it up, so that it will be just a roll, and we can cut it into 10 pieces. That's the next step. Die Teigrolle in etwa 10 Stücke schneiden und die Brötchen auf ein mit Backpapier ausgelegtes Blech legen. Yep. Okay, we should cut the roll, the dough roll, in about 10 pieces. And yeah, schneiden is to cut. And Brötchen, yeah, someone was very lazy to write Franzbrötchen instead of Brötchen. So, yeah, no, others. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean. And we will put them auf ein mit Backpapier ausgelegtes Blech. So actually we put some baking paper on Blech is a baking sheet. So we put baking paper on a baking sheet and put the the pieces which we just cut on this baking sheet. Yeah. Well, that's actually the step. Die Franzbrötchen circa 15 bis 20 Minuten im Ofen backen. Finally, an easy sentence, easy sentence to the end, yeah? The stuff we want to make, the cinnamon rolls, die Franzbrötchen, how we call it in Germany. Like, actually, cinnamon rolls would be like Zimtrollen in German, but we call it Franzbrötchen. About 15 to 20 minutes, let it bake in the oven, and then it will be finished, and it will look like that. Maybe a little more beautiful. Okay, so I know that was quite a difficult task, especially for the people who are not learning German for so long. Maybe for the others it was interesting, you learned some new vocabulary, at least I hope so. I will read all the vocabulary in German here again, so just that you got some pronunciation, that you hear how I pronounce it, and that you can, I don't know, remember it more easier. I don't know why I use more. Easier. Okay, let's start. Vokabeln, new words. Vocabulary. Das Rezept. Die Zutaten. Backen. Kuchen. In der Vergangenheit. Lecker. Weich. Die Füllung. Das Zimt. Teig, der Teig. Das Mehl. Esslöffel. Flüssig. Die Flüssigkeit. Erwärmen. Am Rand. Platz. Mischung. Gleichmäßig. Aufrollen. Von der Längsseite. Schneiden. Das Blech. Den Backofen auf 200 Grad Celsius. Ober-Unterhitze vorheizen. Zunächst erstmal vermischen, vermengen, unterrühren. Kneten. Den Teig auf einer bemehlten Arbeitsfläche rechteckig ausrollen. Okay. So, that was it for today. Thank you very much for viewing it. I know it was a little difficult, but I really hope that you can try out this recipe at home and please bake it and then tell me if it was delicious or not. Well, I can promise you it will be delicious. So, have a really nice day and see you next time. Bye bye.